pretty important that I say the reason why their alibi for saying I have to stop thinking, one part of it is that they wanted an excuse for me, for being inside of me, in my chest, the way they are. As I understand it, my flesh is very simple and I don't eat a lot. But now I do, because they've taken over a major percentage of my flesh, and there's something in there. That something is the same thing that takes over my chest and speaks to me in that. With the alibi, stop thinking. But we're using this as an excuse to stay inside your chest all night so that we can use your body parts and its connection to all the women as soon as you go to sleep. And so that we don't get questioned about it, we included this as part of our skit where we're telling you to stop thinking. And every time you go to bed, we show up and say, just stop thinking from your chest so that we can use it all night long after that. And that's exactly what's going on. And it's the same thing as Nazis. It's the same thing as old men acting like Nazis to me. As Judas, I never had that happen. There's no reason for this. Every time I go to sleep, this thing turns on in my chest and starts saying, I just want you to stop thinking. But he's taken over my whole chest and a major part of my flesh. And that's the only reason why I get hungry. I remember growing up, I only ate twice a day, like maybe for a minute. That was it. And that's because, think about it, I have a diamond heart, a diamond chest, a diamond cage, diamond skull. Just the flesh around me is floating around me. It's pretty awesome. I shouldn't be that hungry, but I am. And that's because they've taken over the inside portion of my flesh. I need this thing over. The girls need to serve cease and desist orders to get this over, because I'm not okay. Because every night I go to sleep, I have to beat the hell out of my chest to get that thing to shut up. And he uses the alibi. I just want you to stop thinking while I'm inside your chest talking to you illegally. But I got it approved by the old men who are not. See, I can't go home. This is a very serious issue because they do this because they want to use my body parts with women, period. And they're not quitting. I cannot go home until this is fixed. Every night he does it. As soon as I go to sleep, he does it. It's bullshit that they want me to stop thinking. They're using that as a reason to say, look, now we're inside him just to tell him to stop thinking. But really, they were there for 20 years anyways. And now that I know what's going on, they totally want to stay inside me. And they don't know what to do. And so when I made the Black Room song, I bet you the girls said, okay, it's over, we're going to go pick him up. Because the no thinking thing started the week after I made the Black Room song. And the day after I made the Black Room song, the thing climbed up to the top right side of my head and stayed there for 3 years until I went to Utah and electrocuted it out of me last 5 months. I electrocuted myself with a 7,000 volt electric fence for 3 months straight in Utah. That's why I beat this thing and I'm working now. Okay? This is serious. No one was going to do this for me. And no one was going to stop this. I'm the only one stopping it. And every night I go to sleep, it doesn't stop. So Selena, if you want me to take you serious, you need to get cease and desist orders on the men that are doing this to me. Because they're saying it's not the government, they're just acting like I need to learn how to shut up and stop thinking. No. When I'm going to sleep, you don't start breathing through my chest on a different breathing pattern as me and talking over me and telling me, I just want you to stop thinking, John. And it acts like it's my friend and everything. When I find them, I'm going to press so many charges. I'm not going to sue. I'm going to be putting them in prison forever. He's ruined my daughter's life too because she doesn't have a dad. He's out beating the shit out of himself every night because he can't go to sleep because something's yelling, John, stop thinking. It's total bullshit. And the government's helping them. So I'm going to leave this video up even though I wasn't supposed to do any videos. Because no one wants to stop letting the men attack me. I mean, the bottom line is nobody thinks or expects too much in the acting community. And I understand that. But these guys obviously went overboard and took the no thinking agenda that the acting community had for me and my resurrection community had for me, and they went overboard with it for a reason to stay inside my body and then than when they did show up inside my body. The thing is, they've taken over a major part of my chest, and they don't want to get out. And I electrocuted it for 4 or 5 months straight with 7,000 volt electric fence. So it's obvious that they're taking advantage of the no thinking agenda, using that to show up inside my body and say, here, we're going to tell them not to think from this thing. And they don't explain what that thing is. That thing is like 40% of my flesh already. And it needs to get killed and shut off. That's the problem. Every night, it has a breathing pattern that competes with my regular breathing. I breathe in and it breathes out. It's like, and it breathes louder than me. And it's my whole chest. And it's this thing. And it spits spit down my throat instead of letting me run water flow. That thing needs to get taken out. And it doesn't need to have an agenda of no thinking on it. It needs to shut the hell up and never say a goddamn word inside me. And I know the men are running it. And they have no right to be doing it. And it's illegal, and I don't know how they're doing it legally with the president watching them. Seriously, why can't my girlfriend get the thing shut off? I want it off tonight. I beat the crap out of myself every time it makes noise. See, again, I can't say it's not so bad, because it is. They're saying it's a behavioral health problem, that I can't ignore this. But it's an autonomous system in my cartilage on my chest that's breathing on its own right now even. It's in there making noises, annoying noises. It competes with my heart and my breathing. And it won't shut up. And it has its own voice. And it's using my chest cartilage body flesh. And I don't know how to kill. I think I burned it out before, or froze them off or something. But this thing is out of control, and it's overtaken my whole chest now. And the breathing process includes him, this thing. And again, it's because they wanted to be inside me and take credit for everything I do, probably even restarting my heart, as far as I can tell at this point. So it's not a behavioral health problem. It's just in the last 10 years, this thing has grown out of control. It needs to be burned off or frozen off or something. And it's very bad. And it's not a behavioral health problem. I don't need to ignore it. It's not natural. And it's induced by the federal government or the old men doing this to me. And you know what I think? I don't know if I'm right, but I know I only have a very, very small brain, and that's really all I need to survive, and that's lightweight, and that'll last forever. Just my flesh, breathing and living as a spirit through my diamond head, and the bones in my skeleton, but it's all a big cage, big diamond for me. So since no one knows that, this thing is competing with my flesh, and it wants to body snatch me and run my whole body. And that's what it's doing. And it's ran by the federal government, for crying out loud. They know what they're doing. They've been doing it since 1983. Can we please stop this?